Isaiah 2. So I agree with the subtitles in this one. It does talk about a period where God universally reigned. It sounds like the millennial kingdom where Jesus reigns, and so there were like people are beating their sword into plowing. So right here, nation will not lift up sword against nation anymore. And so even though it says in the last days, it sounds like it's in the millennial kingdom, which is before the judgment day, and after judgment day it is the new heaven and new earth. So that's what I'm understanding. And then so God's mountain is like the highest mountain. I mean, the raised above the hills, the chief of the mountains. Not sure what chief means, but people will come up there to hear God, so that God may teach us about His way, to walk in His path, and never again will they learn of war. But then after the millennial kingdom, the what's that called? The Satan will be unleashed. He will deceive, and then I think that's when the Battle of Armageddon is. I'm hoping I get all these like chronological like events in chronological order, but I think that's what I remember. I have to double check with Revelation and other passages, but that's what I remember about end time prophecy. And then let's see. So then God said that the influences from the east are pretty much, He did not like them. The Philistines, they have soothsayers, and then they strike bargains with the children of foreigners, pretty much idolatry, I believe. They try to gather riches and horses and idols. I'm not sure what verse 9 means. So I'm not sure. It's also sound like during this time people are entering rocky places like caves and hide from the terror of the Lord. I'm not sure what the terror of the Lord is referring to. And the Lord will be alone be exalted on that day. Maybe that day is the judgment day. Yeah, like there are a lot of things in here that I don't understand. And then there will be a day of reckoning. Let me pause this. Okay, yeah, so a day of reckoning is like a judgment. So I understand that correctly, that there will be a day of judgment, and the judgment is even against everyone who is lifted up, the oaks, the mountains, the tide tower, the fortified wall. So there's gonna be a judgment of pretty much of everything. The pride of humanity will be humbled, and the arrogance of people will be brought down. And I think this is actually what is referring to the terror of the Lord. And people will go into caves, and then they will throw away their idols. And He arises to terrify the earth, I guess, because of His great judgment. But as Christian, we don't have to be afraid of that, because we are wrath in the righteousness of Christ.